Okay, same day, back again, Passive House Retrofit. Only my super dork friends would watch this video at this point. But if you're here, you must be my super dork friends. Thank you. So we got all the doors caulked in on the sides so that tight little detail here where we put the Proclima liquid flash in that little gap there. Very cool. And then here, same thing. Little tight little spot all the way up. Looks pretty good. Use a little bit more here, actually. The foam is there. This is the second layer, of course. So the door is air sealed and weather barriered, and then this went on right before the stucco. So this covered the pack out because we have the lines are all architecturally fancy here. Here's that same detail on the other side. Just a little bit to make sure we really got it. Again, we lined up this door with that window. Very cool. And poquito más cooking negro. Here, just a little bit. So this is the Contiga and the sausage gun here. Right here, see just a little bit of the foam there. Nothing crazy. We'll get that. It's a process. It's always a process. And we're sneaking up on it. This is the 12-inch Exto Seal here. Very cool, very expensive. This roll of tape might cost $400 or something. $450, $500, I don't know. But I don't think it's 500. Something though. So on top of this Adhero, which I like, is the Jumbo Tex underneath of here. This is Jumbo Tex, and the Jumbo Tex is underneath of the stucco. The stucco guys provide that. And then we ran the Adhero underneath of it and then lapped it over and then taped it in. And then as an extra measure, we liquid flashed this line down. Very cool. And then we put a slope on this. So this sill has a slope, and the slope, I think it's probably like 1 inch per foot. I think it's like a 1/2 inch rise, and this is about 6 inches. So I don't know how many degrees that is offhand. And then we put this Exto Seal on top of it, and that's over top of the blue Vanna tape. And the Tescon Vanna is on the Hero and then onto the original sill and then onto the window. And then we put the plywood and then the plywood slope and then the Exto Seal on top of it. So the Exto Seal is nail sealing, which we like. And this is going to be pretty vapor closed. But this Proclima tape here, the Tescon Vanna, is vapor open. So if anything were to get through this and get that plywood wet in that little sandwich, the vapor open tape would let the plywood dry to the outside, or to the wall assembly, which is vapor open, and it can dry out. So when the sun hits this, it'll turn the water into vapor. If it made it through all this and it got trapped in that little space, the vapor would drive through the Adhero Vanna tape combination, and then that would dry out through this wall. So it has possibility to dry as vapor. So very cool. And then we turned up here, and then we reverse shingled this tape on top of it just to make sure it's really stuck. This Tescon went in before the sill, so there's a little reverse shingling there. But we did try and make sure that it was very stuck. This is extremely sticky stuff, and the Tescon, just to make sure it holds down. So we'll see how this happens, or how this works in the heat and the rest of the summer. I'm really interested to see that. The Vicor product was not it. But we're gonna put a black sill on top of this, so it will definitely get some heat on it. So that's what we did today. Oh, I guess we did some more. So the ExtoSeal sill is going on down here, and then we cleaned out this block. So now when the door is shut, cerrado de la puerta es bueno. So now when the door is shut, it's gonna clear here. So we'll be able to tilt it out and service it. So this got us a big opening here. Inside here is the lift slide pocket. Kind of hard to see in there, but it's in there. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a 2x4 on top of this, and use some magic tools to drive screws into that 2x8, and then we'll shim that and screw that to this block. So that'll be the permanent finish there, and then the client facing finish will be like a trimmy thing that comes back out to cover the block, but which should be removable though, so we can service the door. So very cool. The cable guy was here, but we sealed him up, and yeah. So hopefully Monday we're gonna work on this door and get this thing moving nice. And yeah, so that's it for today. We're just cleaning up, organizing, and we left this one toolbox here. It has power in it for charging tools and stuff. So client toolbox, and that's going to be here. And then all this has been cleaned out. We're going to fill this with gravel. So yeah, thanks for looking.